Today we're launching the Xiangjie S9 with HUAWEI ADS3.0. The S9 offers all-weather, all-scenario intelligent hardware, and an advanced sensing system. We've equipped it with cutting-edge tech, including a powerful 192-line LiDAR, and state-of-the-art millimeter-wave radar and cameras. All part of our comprehensive ADS, autonomous driving system. This is the architecture of our ADS 3.0, an end-to-end human-like driving experience that's safer and more efficient. We've significantly enhanced its ability to sense road conditions and the surrounding environment. At the core is our end-to-end bionic brain. End-to-end is a popular term right now, but our system truly delivers. From perception to decision-making, our information is transmitted losslessly, doubling the efficiency of decision-making. This leads to a more human-like response. Our system also features a general object detection (GOD) neural network and a planning and decision processing (PDP) system. With the role-playing neural network, everything is handled in an end-to-end process. Inside the framework, you'll also see a green-colored instinctive safety network. I'll explain that in more detail later. So, what's the result of our geode and instinctive safety network? Our bionic brain enables more human-like autonomous driving, smarter handling of complex road conditions, smoother control, and improved emergency response for safer driving. First, let's dive into our GOD network. Back in the ADS1 days, we were working with BEV, bird's eye view, which only provided a 2D perspective. It wasn't true 3D perception. With ADS 2.0, our BEV and geode networks allowed us to understand things like fog and road conditions better. But now with ADS 3.0, we've upgraded to a geode neural network. This gives us a deep understanding of road structures, obstacles and scenarios. It also enables panoramic sensing and real-time behavior prediction through 3D perception. This is a massive leap forward in object and scene recognition. Now, about that green box, the instinctive safety network. You might wonder what that's for. Well, I previously shared that we sent our R&D team to the US, places like California, Silicon Valley and Seattle, as well as Canada, where we tested Tesla's full self-driving FSD across various locations. Tesla's FSD has made significant progress over the last 3 versions, with a high ceiling for improvement. But there's a big problem. Its lower limit is dangerously low. During testing, we encountered situations where a stationary white truck was completely ignored. It didn't even slow down, just went straight into it. The same thing happened with a green truck. No reduction in speed at all. It seems that when facing still vehicles, Tesla's system sometimes doesn't respond properly. I suspect it might confuse a green truck with a tree or something. But it's alarming that it doesn't slow down at all. When it even crashes into curbs, you realize that one mistake could be fatal. Safety is critical. It's like with ChatGPT, AI is a hot topic right now. But we need to talk about the phenomenon of AI hallucinations. Even the best AI models today have an error rate of around 20% to 30%. AI hallucinations mean that, even with all the advances, we still have a margin of error. And when you're driving at high speeds, even one error can result in catastrophic consequences. That's why even though we use end-to-end technology, we also rely heavily on the instinctive safety network as a fail-safe. We're confident that our advanced autonomous driving system exceeds industry standards when it comes to safety. With our end-to-end system, decision-making is faster, and reaction times are shorter. But the real key is that safety net, the instinctive safety network. It's a crucial part of our approach. With ADS 3.0, we've made 3 major upgrades to our direction collision avoidance system. Superior perception, ultra-fast response, and cutting-edge validation. Imagine driving and suddenly having an electric bike speed across in front of you. It's hard to act in time. while we aim to brake in time. There are moments when the laws of physics are against you. And even the best system can't always stop in time. Of course, we aim to avoid collisions as much as possible. But there are physical limits. Braking distance is determined by speed. And there's only so much we can do within those limits. As long as we're within that range, we can bring the car to a stop. When something suddenly jumps out at a short distance, it can be tough to respond in time. But that's where our quick response, advanced perception, and preemptive validation capabilities really come into play. Our forward collision warning, FCW, and automatic emergency braking, AEB, systems weren't invented by Huawei, but we've taken them to a whole new level. Our AEB system allows us to maintain intelligent driving, even at speeds over 120 km/h, 75 miles per hour. We can stop for stationary vehicles at those speeds. However, human drivers still struggle to handle overturned vehicles at such high speeds. Today we've pushed this capability further. For instance, our system can now detect overturned vehicles at speeds up to 120 km/h. And for stationary pedestrians, we can come to a complete stop at 110 km/h. Our system operates between 4 km/h and 150 km/h, whereas mainstream systems in the industry, those not powered by Huawei tech, max out at 85 km/h. Once you exceed that speed, their systems stop working. I remember one crash where a vehicle was traveling at 115 km/h, way beyond the system's operating range, so it didn't activate at all. But this year, our system operates up to 150 km/h. If you're going 150 km/h and can't avoid a collision, we can at least reduce the impact speed to 30 km/h. At 120 km/h, we can bring the vehicle to a full stop, or safely steer around the obstacle. That's the kind of active safety we've upgraded on the S9 this year. Another enhancement is our ability to avoid rear-end collisions in a more human-like way. If we need to brake suddenly, we do it just enough to avoid a crash, then continue driving without coming to a full stop, avoiding a rear-end collision from the car behind. See here, we didn't stop completely, but adjusted and kept moving. It's a lot more human-like in behavior prediction and lateral active safety. Huawei was the first in the industry to invent and launch lateral active safety technology, and we've enhanced it further. Our system now operates between 40 km/h and 130 km/h, and even handles situations like navigating around roadblocks or pedestrians at the curb. Many accidents are caused by driver fatigue or distraction. Our system provides lateral active safety protection to help avoid these dangers. Some people ask why we don't make the system work at lower speeds, like 40 km/h. But if you're parking close to a curb, it needs to account for normal parking behavior. So we designed it for real-world driving habits. Our rearward active safety feature was also pioneered by Huawei. The industry is following our lead. Initially, it worked at speeds between 1 km/h and 15 km/h. But we noticed some aggressive drivers mistake the gas pedal for the brake when reversing. So we've increased the range to 60 km/h. There was a test online comparing our rearward active safety with others, specifically with a child's toy car. Some systems could stop for the toy, but ours didn't at the time because you hadn't trained it for that scenario. But now we've addressed it, our system can now detect toy cars. We've filled in any gaps, and our system keeps getting stronger. Originally, our system detected pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles, but we didn't think about toy cars. Now we've added that. Also, we've worked on preventing accidents caused by accidentally pressing the gas instead of the brake. Recently, a friend of mine in Shenzhen was driving a Xiangjie M9. His driver was exhausted, driving in intelligent mode on the highway. When exiting the highway, the driver got confused and pressed the gas pedal instead of the brake, causing a crash. The driver then hit the gas again, mistaking it for the brake, and crashed a second time, then a third time. Later, they claimed it was the car's fault. But when we checked the data logs, it was clear that the gas pedal had been fully pressed each time. Situations like this, where drivers mistakenly press the gas, can be prevented. That's why all of our Harmony OS-driven vehicles now have alerts for such scenarios. For the Xiangjie M9 and Xiangjie S9, we've even added a feature to automatically stop the car in cases of mistaken acceleration. This is a new safety feature we've included. Originally, when we approached our brake system and steering suppliers with our safety requests, they were hesitant to comply. Why? Because some drivers are very aggressive. They slam on the gas, then the brake, weaving in and out of traffic. In these situations, they are often about to crash but then swerve away at the last second. If we brake for them, it might cause a rear-end collision. However, we convinced them that preventing such accidents is critical. Now, our German supplier for the Xiangjie M9 and Xiangjie S9 models has agreed to implement this feature, automatically braking when drivers mistakenly hit the gas. For the Xiangjie M7, M5 and Xiangjie S7 models, we currently only have a warning system, but we're actively working with suppliers to get full braking capabilities added. Our brake system suppliers are now committed to ensuring full braking for mistaken acceleration. Check out the video. When the system detects an issue, it prompts you to lift your foot off the pedal and automatically brings the car to a stop. This is a key safety feature in the Xiangjie S9. Another example is in wet road conditions. Watch as our adaptive road surface AEB kicks in. In heavy rain, visibility is poor. Suddenly, there's a stationary pedestrian on the road. It's a nightmare scenario. You need to brake early to avoid an accident. The Xiangjie S9 is the first to introduce this feature. Additionally, many parking garages have epoxy-coated floors, which become extremely slippery when wet. This can make it almost impossible to brake safely. It's a serious safety risk, as cars can easily lose control. That's why we developed our adaptive road surface AEB for such conditions. We're constantly improving, and the Xiangjie S9 now includes adaptive road surface AEB as a standard feature. It also includes automatic emergency avoidance. Previously, drivers had to manually turn the wheel slightly to trigger avoidance maneuvers. Now we've automated that. Our system can brake and steer at the same time, managing both lateral and longitudinal control for safer avoidance. Watch again in slow motion. See how smooth and effective it is? HUAWEI ADS3.0 has leveled up our intelligent driving capabilities. Our system boasts 3.5 exaflops of computing power, learning from 30 million kilometers of driving data daily. We've now upgraded to 5 exaflops and 35 million kilometers of training every day. Which makes our autonomous driving system more advanced and safer than ever. Our 3.5 exaflops alone are greater than the combined power of the second and third largest systems in China. With 5 exaflops, we're even further ahead. You'll notice smoother, more refined driving. I've been driving both the Xiangjie S9 and Wenjie M9, both already upgraded to ADS 3.0, and the difference is substantial. For example, previously in ADS 2.0, we had trouble navigating roundabouts. It would prompt the driver to take over. But now we've resolved that. The system can handle both single-lane and multi-lane roundabouts. Even at traffic lights. We've also introduced full-scenario intelligent driving. From parking space to parking space. Many in the industry talk about end-to-end autonomous driving. But for us it's not just about algorithms. It's about the full user experience. You can start your journey from a parking space and reach your destination without ever having to take control. Even if you need to make temporary stops or change your destination on the fly. Check out the demonstration video. Hey, can you come pick me up from the office? Navigate to my friend's company. Now when it comes to convenience. Parking from start to finish. HUAWEI made some major upgrades. Our parking system can now detect if a spot is occupied. And if so, it'll move the obstruction and park itself. It's super convenient. You can either stay in the car or hop out. And let it park itself with just a tap on the screen. And if you're in a hurry, or the spot is tight, just get out and let the car handle the rest. It'll park itself while you're already on your way. Check out this scenario. It's one I've personally experienced. Sometimes, I work late and come home to find only the worst parking spots left. The ones no one dares to use. One time, a security guard even told me, "You can park there." But I just got out and let the car park itself. He was stunned because not only is it a tricky spot to park, but once parked, you can't get out. One side has a wall, and the other side has a car, but my car handled it flawlessly. I'm sure the girl in the video is facing a similar situation. You get out, and the car takes care of the rest. It's truly impressive. As a user, I can vouch for how incredible this feature is. And sometimes, if your parking spot is blocked and someone calls the number you left in the car, you can just remotely move the car out of the way. So if someone calls the owner to move their car, you can do it remotely. Pretty slick, right? You don't need to be inside the car to move it. Once it's out of the way, the car can park itself again. This valet parking system is now officially available in the Xiangjie S9. It drives and parks itself. We hope that more public parking lots and malls will adopt this system. For it to work, the mall's map needs to be scanned into the system. And there needs to be cell signal in the parking garage. You could then simply step out at the elevator and let the car find a spot on its own. When you're done shopping, you can call the car to come pick you up. It's super convenient. It can even avoid pedestrians along the way. Check it out, the car finds a parking spot on its own and comes back to pick you up when you're ready. And if your residential or company parking garage isn't mapped yet, you can apply for a custom route service. You can scan the garage yourself, creating a personal route. Today, with the launch of HUAWEI ADS3.0 in the Xiangjie S9, you can drive anywhere in the country with full confidence. It offers the most powerful active safety, intelligent driving assistance, and parking capabilities, ensuring you're covered from start to finish. And here's some more good news. Starting in September, Xiangjie M9, M7, M5, and Xiangjie S7 models will all be gradually upgraded to ADS 3.0. This is great news for our current owners. Today, we've introduced the Xiangjie S9, our flagship smart sedan. It boasts much more space, comfort, luxury, and superior soundproofing compared to traditional luxury cars. It also provides an outstanding driving experience. You know the saying, drive a BMW, ride in a Mercedes? Well, with the Xiangjie S9, you get the best of both worlds. In fact, we've surpassed them in both driving and riding experiences. The Xiangjie S9 offers the best in active and passive safety, the most advanced smart features, and the quietest cabin. This is our panoramic intelligent flagship sedan, bringing you a truly luxurious experience.